Alrighty, so I'm here with the fabulous, the most gorgeous, the one and only Julian Finlayson.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, that voice. That's what everybody would say. And this is your initial consultation.
Thank you.
Yes. So let's get started. You excited?
I'm very excited.
Perfect. I am too. Okay. So what is your number one immediate fitness goal?
So, immediately, okay. I would like to increase some muscle size, still a little bit. So I feel like I've done a lot of that recently, but I would like to increase size a little bit more and lose a bit more body fat percentage. And then as well as that, yeah, so that would be the most immediate thing, I think. So larger biceps and larger forearms, more muscle in my pecs and my delts, and then lower abdominal muscles, I'd want those to appear, because they're still not as apparent as what I would like them to be.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, definitely my legs as well. They're all like, that's always a thing for me because it's my least favorite area to train. And I always like it when we do a workout for the legs because it's something that I don't spend a lot of time doing.
Yes.
Okay, so that would be my most immediate thing.
Okay, so with that, you said that you would like to lower your body fat percentage. Do you know what your body fat percentage is at the moment?
In terms of the number, no.
Yeah.
But in terms of how it makes me look, I think that I could lose a bit more so that the muscles become more apparent.
Yeah. So maybe we can find out what your body percentage is and go off that and try to lower that percentage.
Okay.
Right? And then also to measure your biceps, delts, pecs, and triceps and lower abdominals, how can we measure that?
So, I think, look, I mean, I never used to be a fan of taking the measurements and things, and I used to always go with eyesight, but I think that maybe since we're going to do it for you anyway, why don't we do it for me?
Yeah.
And, let's take a measurement, and then I can decide on what that goal needs to be for the measurement, and let's do that.
Nice.
So let's make it with a measurement rather than just eyesight now.
Yeah.
Because I am happy with what I see in the mirror. And, I think I always will be, but in terms of trying to achieve something specifically, like the muscle growth, a measurement, I think, would be, I'm ready for that step now.
Yeah, it would be beneficial, hey? Okay, and so why is getting this muscle mass so important to you?
Okay, so I would like to feel better about myself. I would like to feel the best that I could do about myself. It's the most important goal for me right now is to get clients as a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And so I believe that in order for me to genuinely deserve that, I need to be living my best in my physical form. I need potential clients to look at me and go, wow, I want to look like him. I want to have that body. What do I need to do? I obviously need to train with him to get that. So that's why it's really important for me in terms of a business. And then I want my partner. I want you to feel. I want to feel desirable.
So, do you feel like you are your best self right now?
No, I don't.
And why is that?
Because I know that I could have those more apparent, larger muscles, and I could wake up with more energy and enthusiasm, and I could be less stressed because I am so confident in who I am and what I'm looking like.
Mm-hmm. And so you also said that you felt like that would make you more desirable to your partner.
Uh-huh.
Do you not feel desired now?
I do. Of course I do feel desired. Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
But I could feel more desired,
Mm-hmm.
I think. And yeah, I really want my partner to be really proud of my efforts that I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's definitely room for that to grow in the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've gained all of these goals, and you have the bigger biceps, the bigger deltoids, pecs, abdominals, and your legs are bigger as well, because that's very important to you.
Mm-hmm.
You've already achieved all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and you gain all that success. What's next?
So what comes after that? I would like to... I think I would definitely like to do more yoga.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to become more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to be able to hold the handstand for a lot longer and be able to do more amazing things in a handstand hold. I think that would be really cool. What else in terms of body? That would be the next goal after that, I think, would be to be able to, I don't know, like I'm going to say hold a handstand for a minute. Like maybe that's a goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Yeah, be able to hold a handstand for a minute and to be able to do tricks with my legs.
Nice. And why is that so important to you?
Because I think it looks really cool, and I think that if people want to do yoga with me or train with me, it could be a really cool thing that people... Like, I know that people look at Instagram and they see guys doing that and they're like, oh my god, wow, I wish I could do that. Mm-hmm. And like, I totally have that, that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
And, when I used to teach a lot of yoga classes back in Brisbane, all the rugby boys, they would want to do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that it's a really attractive thing, to be able to do. So, yeah, that's why it's important to me. So, yeah, it's a bit of ego there.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm.
And then, you achieve your 1 minute handstand. You have the body you've always dreamed of. What's next?
Comes after that. I think I keep feeling like it's something that I'm going to achieve, but I am a bit nervous about it. And I will need to do a lot more training for it, mm-hmm. but I would love to run a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would really like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really important to me. So I think that in terms of like another goal, it would be do a marathon.
Doing a marathon. And
mm-hmm.
do you know where you would like to do this marathon?
I don't know where. I probably need to do some research on that.
Okay.
And choose that. And I think that's kind of like 50% of the exciting thing about it, because mm-hmm. it can be a destination marathon.
Yeah.
And then I would definitely love to be one of those people that does that throughout my life regularly in really exciting parts of the world.
Yeah. So you to backtrack a little bit, you said that you're a little bit nervous about doing that, and you feel like you need to work harder. Why does that make you nervous?
So it's an excited, nervous feeling. Mm-hmm. I think that I'm nervous because I realise that it could be a lot of training. It is
mm-hmm.
going to be a lot of training. And I think that, it would be such an exciting feeling to complete that and to have achieved that, that it just does make me nervous. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's just naturally the way that you would feel about something that's as big as that. Mm-hmm. Because, that's a big thing. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I want to backtrack just a little bit. So let's go back to gaining muscle size, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your immediate goal.
Mm-hmm.
And you've said that it's important to you because you feel like you'll become more desirable,
mm-hmm.
and you need to push yourself harder to achieve that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to say why that's important to you?
To gain the muscle size. So, self-confidence,
Mm-hmm.
to do with the business, it's
Yeah.
super duper helpful.
Yeah.
And also, like, if I'm going to be transforming my clients, I need to know the quickest effective way, and I need to know the ins and outs of it. And I
Yeah.
think so learning that through the experience is going to be great. And I know I've come really far, but I think that I can definitely go a lot further.
Yeah.
And it's also really important to me because, I mean, I look at my dad and I see his big belly and, his declining muscle mass, and I realize that through the knowledge that I've gained through my education in health and fitness, I've learnt that, holding onto the muscle mass is such an important fundamental part of our metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't want to have a big belly like that.
Yeah.
And I do want to stay young for as long as possible. So that would be another big reason why it's important to me.
Yeah. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you? Like, where are you in the world? And we already know where in your body that you want to have these improvements. But where are you in the world when you achieve this? Where do you see yourself?
So we're for the muscle growth?
Yeah.
Yep.
So where are you?
Yep. So
once you've achieved all your muscle growth, your arms are bulging out, your pecs are building out, your abdominals are just ripped, and your legs are big and your booty's popping out.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself in the world?
I am getting dressed in my uniform to train a client or to go out and find prospect clients, and I feel so good about myself because of the way that my shirt fits and the way that my pants fit, that I'm obviously going to have a really great time with my clients that day or come home with more clients.
What color is your shirt?
It's black.
Black. Is it a polo or a long sleeve?
It's a polo.
And what kind of pants are you wearing?
Black pants.
And what brand are these shirts and pants?
They're the Zara pants.
The Zara pants?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They're nice, tight-fitting pants.
Nice.
They're good.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And you feel good, and your muscles are poking out?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And so you're going to train clients. We're in Hong Kong, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where are you? Are you in our apartment? Is it a new apartment? What's
New
your
apartment
surroundings?
and full-length mirror, because we need one of those. We don't have one of those in our apartment now.
Yeah.
But we're getting a new apartment anyway. So we'll get that and have a full-length mirror, and I think that the day that I feel like I've really achieved that goal and I'm feeling great and I've got the size that I can maintain and it's amazing is when I'm getting dressed to go and see those clients, and I look in the full-length mirror and I've obviously achieved that goal.
Yeah.
The measurements will say I've already achieved it, but more importantly, I'll feel like I have.
Yeah, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So when is this?
This is when we get back to Hong Kong. So I'm going to say, it's look, it's going to be, I think that we should achieve the measurement goal by mid-June,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously we get into a new apartment soon after that. So maybe it's, the end of June or something, depending on how long that takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do the 14th of June.
The 14th of June. So the same day as me.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
It's a good goal for us to have together.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I want to know, you've achieved your goal. You're putting on your uniform. Your clients are telling you look amazing and they want to look like you. You walk down the street and people acknowledge your growth. Your family acknowledges your growth.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can see this growth, including yourself. How does that feel?
I feel very confident, and I feel powerful, and I feel strong. Strong in a physical sense, but strong in my ability to make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel fantastic, amazing, powerful.
Powerful. So I just want to elaborate a little bit on that. So you said that you would feel strong in your willingness to achieve. Do you not feel strong now in your willingness to achieve?
I would say that I have room to improve. You know, I feel like I am achieving a lot, I am doing a lot, but I'm still I want to do big things, you know, and I think that that takes more strength and more of an ability to create what I want.
Yeah. So strength and ability, I mean, this talk has been very physical, but do you think that would be mentally as well?
Yeah, so I think in order to be that person to get to that place, you know, I need to when I'm feeling like I need to give up in the workouts, when I'm feeling like that voice is in my head that's telling you, oh, don't worry about it, just stop. I need to block that out and go for the emotions and the thoughts that are going to get me that little extra bit further. So that is a mental toughness and a mental strength that I need to continue to develop.
Yeah. So the mental toughness and the mental strength, how do you think you can develop that?
I think by by having this chat with you now and developing set goals, you know, this is the body weight that this is the muscle mass that I want to achieve by this date. This is the handstand timing that I want to achieve by this date. This is the marathon that I want to have run by this date. If I'm working out, if I'm lifting weights to get the muscle mass, if I'm holding that handstand to get the amount of time, if I'm doing sprints to get my cardiovascular system to the point where I know I can run that marathon, during those training sessions, those 3 different types of training sessions, if I can channel the thought and the feeling of what it's going to feel like when I have achieved that goal and just focus on that, that's going to get me that little bit further, you know, instead of focusing on, oh, this is really hard, or, oh, you know, you're too weak to do this anyway, Julian. You know, instead of focusing on those things that are only going to pull you back, I know that I need to focus on what is going to take me forward, which is the feeling of achieving those 3 things.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you aren't mentally strong, you aren't physically strong. The 14th of June has come and gone, and you have digressed, or you're just the same. What does that feel like?
That feels like I've missed an opportunity, and a big one, you know, because I feel like, you know, I've already been in this place before. You know, we wanted to go to Hong Kong last time and make all of these things happen, but it didn't happen the way that we wanted it to. And, you know, I feel like, you know, this is our opportunity to make it happen, you know. It's so important that it just has to happen. And if it doesn't, then yes, I've missed the opportunity. I will feel like an absolute failure. And I will feel like I don't think that there's another chance to make those dreams become a reality.
So no chance and failure, wow. Okay, well, let's not live in the negativity. If you keep doing what you're doing, will you achieve this goal?
No.
And why is that?
Because I'm not pushing myself further enough in the sessions. You know, I mean, there's glimpses of those amazing experiences in the past few weeks, which is great. I need to have more of those really strong strength training sessions, where I'm maximizing the time that I'm spending there, and need to be more disciplined with the diet as well, I think, in order to get a lower body fat percentage, so that so my muscles are more apparent and do stand out more. So yeah, there's that pushing through the sessions and being more disciplined with the food. And why else isn't it getting where I want it to go at the moment? I think probably just having doubt in my mind, which we've spoken about previously. Like, we've got to get rid of that together and stop doubting ourselves. So yeah, that would be the third thing, is because of doubt.
So, I mean, you've said you don't feel mentally um, strong at the moment with the language. I would say that you speak to your stuff when you're working out or outside of working out, and then also you've just pulled out that you said you have a lot of doubt. Um, what are some things that why do you have so much doubt? Where's this doubt coming from?
Probably because I just feel like my family don't support me with what I'm doing. So I think a lot of doubt comes from that, and I think that I need to stop trying to get some sort of like some approval for what I'm doing. I think from other people. So that would probably be where a bit of doubt comes from. Yeah, that would probably be it.
So is approval important to you?
Yes, I feel like I'm at this tipping point in my life where it was, and it doesn't have to be anymore. So I'm really trying to change that and know that I don't need that. And so that's really exciting for me because I'm really excited to be at a place in my life where I don't actually give a fuck what anybody else thinks, or I don't need a family that supports me with what I'm doing, or I don't need someone to give me the okay or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So and I feel like, if it was a matter of turning a corner and that changing, I feel like I'm turning that corner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm going through that door.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? And the door's about to close.
Nice.
Yeah.
What will it take for the door to close?
I think in myself, for me, I need to feel like I'm successful at what I'm doing. I need to feel like I'm getting some traction with what I'm trying to achieve, right? Because then the doubt doesn't matter because I've got the proof, right? I've got the proof to myself that, well, actually you do have clients, you do have people that are investing money in you for the benefit that you're giving to their life. And so when I have that door won't even be on my sight anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would have gone so much further beyond that it just doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you kind of have two cards in front of you, and in the past you really have focused on maybe achieving approval from your family or your partner or your friends, and now you speak about turning the corner, and the other card you have that you feel like you won't need their approval or the approval or you won't need their approval if you feel like you are successful.
Yeah.
So basically you're telling me as long as you feel successful in what you're doing and what you're achieving, then the approval doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like you've gotten your business degree, you've put yourself through a fitness course, which also gives you a business diploma. You've achieved your past goal of putting on 5 kilograms of muscle mass, but yet you still don't feel successful completely. Why is that?
Because because I am not generating enough financial income to have the life that I want. And that's put it simply.
Okay, so to strip everything away until you are financially successful, that's when you will feel successful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's so important to feel when I can see that what I'm doing for work, when I'm training the clients, and I am able to have the lifestyle that I want and pay for the lifestyle that I want through my income that I make by myself, then I will feel very successful.
Do you think that if you gain this income that you are seeking out, that will also bring approval from your family?
It's interesting because I feel like in my heart, like I know that's going to happen, And it's really funny now because I feel like I've lost a bit of respect for these people because they're not by my side when I feel like I would love to have support, and I don't need it because I'm doing this myself. But it's going to be a really interesting experience for me when I get all of that I want, because now I don't feel like I have been supported. You know, I don't feel like I have had any family who've shown me loyalty on this journey that I have had to go on my own. You know, so at which time they may give me this approval that I once wanted, it won't be necessary. It won't be needed. So I'm really excited for that time, and I'm really excited for that experience of noticing that. And that's also quite a driving force for me now, because I'm like, well, you know, I don't have any loyalty or encouragement or positivity from my family with what I'm doing. And, you know, it's going to be a bit like, I think when they see that I am doing super well and I've achieved all of these exciting things, I'm sure they're going to want to be a part of it. But I've seen it, they've revealed a true self, like another side. And now I don't have that same respect. I don't have the desire, because it's quite superficial then, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because they weren't there for me on this journey. And if anything, they've made it more difficult for me. That it's kind of a bit like I just lost respect through it. So, but that's so motivating for me now. Do you know what I mean? To get there. Does that answer that question?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And would you say that has been something that has held you back in the past?
You know, it's funny because at the time I have felt like it's held me back. You know, I felt like it's been such a, you know, a drawback for me. But if anything, now that, and I'm sure it will only begin to feel more like this when I have more clients and I'm feeling more successful. But if anything, I feel like it's just propelled me forward. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's the honest truth. You know, I think that this was the only way to go through this process. I don't think going through this process and getting what I want would have come from someone holding my hand. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I have to go through this myself. And that's really exciting.
So knowing that you've gone through this yourself and you've come out, you're turning the corner and you're about to close the door. Yeah. Do you find that gives you the mental strength that you need to achieve the goals that you want in the future?
Yeah. So, I feel like, I feel like I am developing more strength to achieve my goals. And I'm really excited to get through this place that I'm pushing myself through, because then of course I can run a fucking marathon. You know, of course I can train for that. You know, of course I can have a successful business. And of course I can achieve whatever else I will set my mind to after that.
So my next question for that, on that same topic, is, before you mentioned that if you achieve the appearance, then that will be the proof for your inner self to be happy. But do you think that maybe it will be the opposite? If your inner self has the strength, it will show that on your appearance. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess they kind of work together, don't they?
Yeah, because you've said, you know, about discipline. You said that you can do more. You said that you need to tone out the voices in your head. If those didn't exist, if you didn't have that in your head and you were already mentally strong, do you think that would affect you physically?
Absolutely, for sure. And I feel like, you know, this is what's holding me back from manifesting physically what I want. It's the doubt inside. It's the voice in my head that is the negative stuff, you know. And so if I can work on that more, and if I can have really a clear destination for where I'm going and how that's going to feel, what it's going to look like, and I can keep focusing on that and make it a bigger picture, a bigger feeling, make it like it's, I need to sit myself in that space. Yeah. Rather than the opposite of that.
Yeah. So how long has this held you back for?
Too long. Forever. Long time.
Forever? Like like give me
I've always had like anxiety, self-doubt, that kind of thing.
Always? So for your whole life?
Oh no, not always, but like I mean, probably got quite severe after my brother passed away. Yeah,
So how many years has it been?
3
since then?
years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So this has held you back for the past 3 years. So how long are you going to allow this to hold you back in the future?
No more. I just want to get rid of it today.
Today?
Yeah, I just want it gone today. You
Yeah.
know, when we work out today, I don't want to have that space there. And so, yeah, I just don't have the time for it anymore. It needs to go.
Yeah. It needs to go, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. So as your own high performance coach, bringing it back in from, mentally, and thank you for sharing everything with me. As your own high performance coach, how would it feel, or what advice would you give yourself to achieve your goals?
Okay. So in terms of the building muscle size first, I need to work out more frequently. During the training sessions, I need to push myself further, faster, harder, with more intensity. And definitely spend more time doing my legs. Okay? That's the first one. Then for the handstand goal, I just need to practice every day. I think I need to practice every day, and I know what I need to do in terms of technique in my body, what I need to do to be able to achieve a goal of, holding a handstand for 1 minute and moving my legs around and doing tricks. So yeah, just more practice of that really. Like I know all the techniques that I need to use because I've learned that through my yoga training. And then the third goal, doing marathon, I will need to do a little bit more research on that. But I think that I believe it's going to come from doing more sprint training rather than going for long distance runs. But again, I need to do more research on that.
And so, to go on the other side of that spectrum, as your, let's say, instead of performance coach, as your life coach, what advice would you give yourself to get over the doubt?
Oh, to get over the doubt. Okay. Focus more on how it's going to feel when I achieve all three of those goals, and really remind myself of those feelings so I can get closer to it. And if I find myself in the headspace where I am thinking negatively or thinking about the opposite or failure and all the disastrous thoughts, go back to how it feels when I am there, and just keep focusing on that, to eliminate the doubt. Yeah.
So you've also said that a doubt and that feeling of feeling successful would come from your financial success.
Yes.
Do you think your doubt of financial success has affected your finances? Or let me rephrase. Do you feel like you've had doubt about your finances and that's why it has affected your finances?
Well, like I've had doubts about being a good trainer, and I've doubted myself as being an adequate trainer. So I think that's definitely inhibited my ability to get new clients on board. And obviously, if I don't have any clients, then we don't have much of an income. So in that sense, yes, it has affected my finances. Absolutely. But I'm going back to Hong Kong with new eyes, and I am going to be qualified. I'm going to have a confidence that will be unbreakable, and clients will want to train with me, and I will go back with the techniques of sales and marketing that are going to help me to not only attract clients but convert them to clients.
Nice. Good. Amazing. That's so good. What do you want from me as your high performance trainer?
What do I want from you? So just really great workouts, intense workouts, using more weight. Like maybe we need to invest in one of those, like a weighted
Yeah.
thing that we can wear. You know, I think that would be really, because we travel so much, we can't be in the gym every day. We can try as much as we can, but I think a weighted vest that we can travel with would be good. And then, this would be the big thing. So when it comes to, so exercise is covered because I think you're really good at that. What I feel like I'm influenced by you potentially a little bit negatively would be the nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when we're at the supermarket, just don't put the shit in the trolley. Do you know what I mean? Like I won't take it home, and I won't buy it myself. But if it's there, if you bring it home, then that's where my problem is. Do you know what I mean? So if I can have some help from you to not encourage the purchases in the first place, that would be ideal, I think. So that's the two bases covered.
So can you give me some examples of, you know, food and nutrition that you don't appreciate from me?
Yeah, so sweets, highly processed foods at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we can find alternatives for less processed and more nutrition dense foods for dessert options, I think that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so let's just have a little recap. Okay, so your goals, you want more muscle mass in your deltoids, your biceps, your pectoralis major, your rectus abdominis, and your quadriceps, calves, and everything in between on the legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much your whole body, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting. So
Yep.
more muscle mass. So just one more quick question on that, just to really be clear. Do you want to become bigger, like bigger in muscle, or do you want to become more defined?
Both. Bigger and more defined. Yeah.
So bigger and more defined.
Yeah, so the measurements are going to increase, my weight's going to increase, and body fat would drop.
Okay, amazing. That's awesome. Okay, and then that was really important to you because that's going to make you feel successful on the inside and on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But we also know that if you feel successful on the inside, it will generate success on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? So we're working on that mentally.
Mm-hmm.
With food and nutrition, do you have any food and nutrition goals to achieve your goal?
So I think that I would like to continue learning more about food and nutrition, and learning about, just learning more about food, continuing to increase my knowledge about nutrition. And then on a more day-to-day kind of basis, I think just being more diligent to eat for performance.
Yeah.
So that would be the two things with food.
Nice. And would you say that you really think about what you eat, or you don't think about what you eat?
So no, I do think about it. Yeah. I do think about what I eat, you know, and when I'm eating, for sure. Yeah.
Nice. That's good. And you also said for athletic performance and achievements, you would like to run a marathon, and you said that you need to do a little bit more homework on where and when you'd like to do that, right?
Yeah, and also how I train most effectively for it, because, you know, I realize that doing long distance running is not actually the most effective way, and it can be harmful on my joints. So how do I get across the finish line at the marathon with a really good time and with the least negative impact for training on my body? Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, we will definitely have to do some research and try to figure that out for you. Hey.
Not try, we will.
No, we will. Never try. Just do. And then is there anything medically you'd like to share with me? Any medical injuries that you've had in the past? Any interesting feelings?
Yeah, I think I just can't get sick again. You know, like I got really sick at the end of last year, and that's something that is on my mind because it took me away from training. It took me away from my goals that I had at the time, and I cannot afford to get sick again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from a medical perspective, my whole body's fine. I don't have any aches and pains, like a little bit of sciatic stuff sometimes in my hips, like it's starting at the lower back and then running down my legs, but I try to stretch very regularly.
Yeah.
I find that helps. Just got to be mindful of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when did that sciatic pain start?
I've had some back pain for a few years,
Mm-hmm.
and I usually feel it on the right side going down the leg. But then recently I've started feeling on the left. So I just have to be mindful of that, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you feel it when you do any certain exercises, or is it just more so like at random?
It's very random.
Okay.
Yeah, so even the other day when, you know, before we caught that bus to Tauranga to pick up the car, I felt it on my left hip going down the left leg,
Mm-hmm.
and it hurt, and it felt difficult for me to walk. Like I couldn't run that day.
Okay.
I didn't say anything to you, but you know, that's random. You know, I don't know what I was doing. I think I had done sprints that morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that was like a bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
I do sprints regularly now, but that's the only thing that was a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's when I felt it.
And do you find that it could be an impact injury, like something from like hard impact, or do you find that, you know, because like sometimes let me just kind of rephrase this a little bit better. You know, sometimes you wake up and it could just be on the bed you slept in last night, or sometimes you do an exercise and it can be that, or sometimes you can be overstretching, or sometimes it might be the shoes you're wearing.
You know, I'll
throughout the
just
day.
stop you there for a second.
Yeah.
I'll take you away from all of that because I get that. That's very obvious. But what it is for me is it's usually when I'm stressed.
Stressed, okay.
Yeah. So it's definitely a psychologically related sensation.
Wow. Okay.
And I realized that. So yeah, and I think, you know, and I'm so affected. I'm very affected by how I'm feeling psychologically. That manifests in my physical form. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's also why I got sick last year as well. So I think when I'm not feeling well, when I'm feeling stressed, it increases the likelihood of me having some kind of physical ailment.
So you definitely have realized that.
Yeah.
And I think that's very powerful. And I think that is something that with time will take some training to get yourself out of that mindset. You know, when you feel that mindset creeping in, that you have to really knock yourself out of it, because it can make you sick. And it will make you sick. Or something else crazy might happen. You know what I mean? And I think that's really, really powerful that you just expressed that to me, because I could definitely see that as your partner. You know, and if you don't want to get sick again, then you need to really focus on your mental state.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much it. And that's amazing. I'm really, really excited to get you your goals by June 14th. And then onwards and upwards to the next goal and everything.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, or anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's fine. That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Well, let's get to it.
Cool. Great. Just stop that and then we'll just...